Hello, guys. Good evening, and welcome to another episode of our devotional series. This is day 5 of our 7-day devotion, which is entitled While We Wait. So, for tonight, we will be talking about a story of Liz, and her story began when she had this trip to New York City, and there was a problem doon sa flight niya. That is why yung flight niya nagkaroon ng delays. And, the hours went by and she was really going to miss her connecting flights. And she was agitated, she became frustrated, and eventually she was able to switch planes. And that resulted na mag-arrive siya doon sa destination niya in a different time. And she was very impatient that morning. And she said she did a little grumbling. Nakapagsalita siya ng mga bagay na hindi naman talaga niya minini. It's just because she was irritated on the situation. But by taking that alternate flight, it actually led to a series of events that, yung pinakadulo, it was something beautiful and it is really something nice. It was an incredible blessing to her. Dahil hindi niya alam na yung parents niya, they also had this series of events, of delays sa kanilang flight. And they were also in New York that time dahil doon sa delay. And she wasn't able, hindi niya nakita yung mga parents niya for a very long time, for over a year. Then they were able to meet and greet during that time. They were able to share dinner while they are waiting for their respective flights. And kung sakali na yung schedule niya ay natuloy, kung sakali na walang delay na nangyari or series of events ng delay na nangyari, hindi mangyayari sa kanya yung pakikipagkita niya sa parents niya. And they'd been missing each other for a very long time, and those annoying delays, yun talaga yung naging tool or kasangkapan para magkita-kita sila. And she said, kung alam lang niya na yung reason kung bakit siya na-delay ng ganon, hindi na dapat siya nag-complain. Hindi na dapat siya na-irita. And she would have been patient and gladly embrace those delays. And kung titingnan natin, hindi ba ganon din when we are trying to, or when we are at the waiting place? Dahil hindi natin kasi alam kung ano yung reason kung bakit tayo nag-aantay, kung bakit merong pag-aantay. And it actually leads us to grumble, to complain, to get irritated, to get frustrated. And sometimes we allow yung waiting to have a negative effect in our lives. But come to think of it, bakit hindi natin gawin yung waiting na yun to develop patience in our lives? And they say patience is defined as the capacity to accept or tolerate delay. And it's not just waiting, it's how we act in the waiting. And when we don't understand the postponement or yung pag-aantala ng mga promises, we can actually look to God's Word to help us understand and find the meaning in our waiting. Sabi nga sa James chapter 1 verses 2 to 4, it tells us that the testing of our faith produces patience. And when the work of patience is finished, we will be perfect and we will be complete, lacking nothing. And kung alam lang natin yung blessing na magiging produkto na makukuha natin doon sa process ng pag-aantay, then we would gladly embrace it, and we will allow patience to refine us, to refine our lives, and bring us to a place of wholeness. And we have to remember that God's ways are not our ways. And sometimes, ginagamit ni Lord yung nakakairita, nakakagigil, nakakainis na mga setbacks or pagkaantala to shape us and to develop us, to develop patience in us and help us to become perfect in a great way. Now, try to remember if there is a time sa buhay mo or may pagkakataon ba na nangailangan ng patience pero naramdaman mo na wala ka nun during that time. And in what ways could you have responded differently? And how can you develop patience in your own delays? Kung merong pagkaantala, paano ka magkakaroon ng pasensya? So let us close this video with a Bible verse from James chapter 1 verses 2 to 4. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So stay safe, stay blessed, and have a good night.